Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hello? Hopefully audio is afoot. Hopefully we're a go and we're ready to get started with our finale game. Yes, I did also want to show you guys just a preview that I've been trying to sit on for far too long. I'm making a little silly comic. It's taking a very long time to make, but it's in production. I've talked about it like a year ago. And a year later, production is continuing along on it. There will be the updates also posted into the Discord. I have a Discord. It's linked below. You should be able to have access to it. I don't have much more to say about it at the moment, other than it's still in production, and we're working on it. And I hope that by early time next year, I'll be able to have a much more detailed bit of information to give you about what exactly that is. And hopefully it'll be something that might be up somebody's alley. But yeah, I wanted to at least make it clear that I have an artist and an artist who I really like, who I think is doing some incredible work, and I think I'll have something that'll be really fun to show you at some point in the future. And I felt like this would be a good time to throw a little something your way, because we're here in court. I'm about to get this man found guilty. We have a lot to do today, though, so I have to get into this game. It sounds like we have about 2 hours or more left to do, and I'm really, really hoping that I'll have the capacity to power through till the end of the game. So, I know every time I say I'm gonna speed run, it goes horribly wrong, and I end up doing things terribly, but we'll see how it goes. Tito TJ, Maxwell, Kuran says, Jacob Welsh, Changeling DJ, Fiction of Grandeur, hello, good to see all of you guys. Yeah, I'll try my best, but we'll see. Comics do take a long time to make. It's a slow, tedious process, but you know, you can't rush these things. So we'll see how it goes. All right. Oh, I'm sorry, you were saying court is adjourned?
Objection.
I object. So does my boyfriend, and my other boyfriend. Thank you, Kazuma. Me? If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have made this 11th hour discovery. What discovery? My lord, I'm afraid I must insist the trial continues. Now, in case you forgot, because I didn't, because I'm practicing my memory skills these days, in the last stream, in this trial, he was talking about the Asogi papers, and Dad, at the champion of the court's belt, he slipped up. He said that the Asogi papers had 3 pages. Well, I only have 2 pages. So, much like the Attorney General of the United States, somebody has some explaining to do. I beg your pardon? As the court has been reminded today already, we must stop at nothing to uncover the whole truth. And to that end, one particular statement made by somebody in this courtroom just moments ago revealed a very subtle contradiction. What contradiction? But all I did was ask the accused one simple question. Yeah, but you don't have the Asogi papers. I do.
Well, it began with Lord Von Zeeks and his recollection about his brother. But Lord Strongheart didn't permit the defendant to speak at length.
I merely pointed out that we can draw no further useful conclusions here. So what on earth is the contradiction? I got it. I know it. Don't worry. I've come so prepared today. One of them definitely just said something contradictory. It's time to identify who. It was you, Lord Strongheart. I've never been this confident, actually. Guys, I swear to God, if I'm wrong, I'll need to throw the whole fucking computer out the window. I'm like so 1000% certain that I have this contradiction. It was Lord Strongheart, I'm sure of it. Something he said was slightly off. Come on, Ryunosuke, think back over his words and find the problem. Neither Clint Von Zeeks nor Genshin Asogi still walk this earth. However much we debate this matter now, we cannot hope to reach a conclusion. There are only 2 extant pieces of evidence from the time. The woe-begone ring that acted as the incriminating evidence to condemn Genshin Asogi, and the 3-paged last will and testament penned in black ink left behind by the man. Cheese Yeen, hello. Lord Strongheart, would you care to explain? Explain what, Counsel? Among the statements you made just a few moments ago, something you said was inconsistent with a certain piece of evidence that we have. Inconsistent? Yes. And whilst an inconsistency remains, the defense has the right to pursue an explanation.
Ryunosuke, what?
Let me warn you about the statements you're making, Counsel, as they may prove very well fatal. You claim my words contained a contradiction with which piece of evidence, I ask you? Oh, I thought you would never ask. Alright, where is it? God, I have so much fucking garbage in here. I'm like a fucking hoarder. Can we clear out some irrelevant evidence? The Asogi papers, Your Honor. This here is the will left behind by Mr. Asogi. The 2-paged will. What? Yeah, 2 pages. I only have them. However, it was only moments ago that your precise words were, the 3-paged document. Last will and testament. 3 pages. Thrice. Tre, I think is what they call it in some other languages. Dry is how I know it. Could it be that originally there was a 3rd page? For a moment, I thought perhaps you'd identified something worthwhile, but it's a mere trifle, I see. A trifle? What? No, I don't need a pastry. Governor Caden!
What can I do for you, sir?
You were present when the Japanese man penned his last will and testament.
Aye, I was. I was there for sure, I remember it. The black, verum, like scrawls to this day. And, I'm quite certain, my lord, that there was a 3rd page at the time.
What?
Only the first 2 pages were the actual will, though. If I mind correctly, the 3rd was a message to his lad back in Japan.
To my boyfriend? For legal purposes, we required only his will.
And we would nae have wanted any uncomfortable words about Britain getting back to Japan, eh?
God, the amount of censorship, the amount of propaganda. What is wrong with governments? Now I should run the world. You'd all be gay and happy.
So it was decided that the 3rd page ought nigh be sent.
Objection.
How dare you make that decision? I had a right to know what it said, to hear my father's final words to me. The courtroom is no place for sentimentality, Counsel.
As it happens, I have the 3rd page of the document with me here now.
Why were you just holding on to it? My father's message. It will be given to you at the end of the proceedings. It'll be too late once the trial is over. I need to know what it says now. Even the slightest thing might give us a vital clue. My lord, the defense calls for Genshin Asogi's last words to his son to be read out loud before the court right now. Your request is denied. The inevitability modern words can be of no consequence now.
Objection.
That's for me to decide. The prosecution agrees. The court should know the contents of that message. Every possible piece of evidence must be thoroughly examined. Very well then. Governor Caden. You will read the 3rd page of the document for all present to hear. I would also like to look at it, if that's not too much to ask.
Yes, sir. Only I should point out, my lord, that I can actually read verum language.
Oh, it's in Japanese, is it?
This beautiful handwriting. Shame on you, Barry.
Wait, who's talking? Oh, Dr. Mitochondria can read it. He can read Japanese.
If I could be of assistance here, I'd be happy to translate the words into English for the court.
Father!
Father, help. You're still here, Dr. Mikatoba.
Naturally, I consider myself a member of the judiciary, albeit a lowly one. But perhaps I should quietly withdraw after I've translated Genshin's message.
Your cooperation is much appreciated. Yes. Alright, give me some good news, Daddy. Daddy-in-law? Kazuma. The truth is shrouded in darkness. A darkness only our clan's great sword can pierce.
Is the clue the sword?
Mighty Kuruma, twist thy head and watch them fall, all thy mortal foes.
Something's hidden in the sword.
That's the end of the message, it would seem.
A haiku poem? Twist thy head? Oh, that was a haiku? Father. What is Kuruma? The name of the Asogi clan's famous sword. A razor-sharp blade known to all, passed down for generations. It embodies the Japanese spirit. It's not known to me. It's the katana sword that was submitted as evidence earlier in these proceedings. The one worn by the prosecution counsel when he confronted Inspector Gregson. Okay. So how does that help? All these procrastinations are beginning to try my patience. Adjournment of this court is long overdue. As the presiding judge, I have been accommodating as possible to the will of the courtroom. However, despite all that, no new information has come to light. In pursuit of justice, Lord Clint von Zeeks tragically lost all sense of morality. When he murdered his former mentor, clearly he was devoid of his normal faculties. How dare you! I refuse to believe that of my brother. Too much time has passed. We cannot ever hope to know more than we do now. Especially since the alleged will that he penned in his... Let me run that back and try again. Especially since the alleged will that he penned in his final moments appears to have been lost forever.
Lord Strongheart, you appear to be in something of a hurry to wrap things up. I can't help but wonder why. We have heard you state time and time again during these proceedings that everything you did was in the interests of protecting British law and order.
And I stand by that. Without the Reaper, we could never have achieved the reduction in crime the capital has seen. What about Inspector Gregson, then? What about him? And Dr. Wilson? They were no criminals. You used them to achieve your ends, and then you had them killed! Oh yeah, well that's true. However you dress it up, there was nothing fair or just about anything that you did.
Lord Strongheart, what exactly is it that you're hiding?
Dr. Mikitoba. Were you not quietly withdrawn after the translation of your former associate's will?
Well, I did say that I would, but,
In this courtroom, no argument carries weight unless it's supported by evidence. And it would seem that the defense has no more evidence to present. I'm not so confident. I want to twist my friend's knob, if that's okay with you. What? In which case, I hereby order all discourse from these proceedings to be struck from the record. God, dealing with these people is such a pain in the ass. Alright, this is my last chance.
Mr. Naruhodo, you've had a lot of last chances.
Yeah, but like this one's for real, Susato-san. I have to present some decisive evidence now, or it's all over, but can I? I don't know. Can I look at the sword again? And can I look at the third page? I got a couple of things that I want to look at. Kazuma, the truth is shrouded in darkness. A darkness only our clan's great sword can pierce. Mighty Kuruma, twist thy head and watch them fall, all thy mortal foes. Alright, so where's the sword? Here it is. Can I twist its head? Is there like a secret compartment hidden inside of the blade, maybe? Possibly? Right here? Right here? Right here. Mighty Kuruma, twist thy head and watch them fall, all thy mortal foes. That's the proper way to use the sword, is it? Maybe I should try it. It hurts my neck, that's the trouble.
Mr. Naruhodo, if I might make a suggestion, I think perhaps it doesn't mean your head.
Oh, right, sorry.
I once studied the history and development of the katana some time ago, and as I'm sure you're probably aware, the sword's head is the part of the very end of the hilt. It's written as head in Japanese, but it's pronounced as Kashira, I believe.
Kashira? So Mr. Asogi's words really mean twist the butt of the hilt. But you don't think...
Ah!
What's inside?
Is that a tightly wound sheet of parchment?
Jesus fucking Christ, Usato-san, yeah, it's a piece of paper, let's open it! It's written in red! Scarlet, no less. Scarlet ink. It's written in scarlet ink. I penned this, my last will and testament, in the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. This is it, isn't it?
Mr. Naruhodo, look at the signature at the end.
Clint von Zieks. And the date. It's 10 years ago, on that fateful night.
So for 10 years, it's been silently concealed inside Kuruma, and nobody even knew. The last will and testament of Lord Clint von Zieks.
Wait. Oh, fuck. Look at this. This is unbelievable. Clint von Zieks' will has been entered into the court record. Am I supposed to look at that now? He said look at this. Is there something more about it? Last will and testament. A trump card left behind by Genshin Asogi. There's not much I can do with it. Well, it's my trump card, so I'm assuming that's the only evidence I have to present, so I'm gonna present it. But since I have no credibility, I also have to save, too. Speed running, boys. Speed running. Present evidence. Oh, wait, my lord. As it happens, the defense does have evidence to present. Don't be absurd! I'm so absurd that I have to turn up the air. I'm so sorry. It's getting hot and bothered. One moment, bit again. Alright, we all knew that the AC was coming. I just didn't know it was gonna come this early in the stream, but we got it. Alright, sorry. Lacking a bit of professionalism in the court, I see, but, honestly, you let my client, like, down wine like there's no fucking tomorrow and he's at the Last Supper, so I think I can leave my post for a minute. There is nothing of relevance remaining from the time.
Objection!
It's high time that you realized something, my lord. This gentleman has an uncanny habit of producing evidence at the final hour that had escaped everyone else's attention. Oh my god, you really think something of me. Nonsense!
What is it, Ryunosuke? What do you have?
I dare say, the final decisive piece of evidence that will reveal the whole truth about this rotten tale is right here.
How could you have that?
Decisive?
Well, it would appear there's no escaping it now, my lord.
Let it be so, then. Present whatever you think you have that can settle this decade-old enigma, if you're capable. I'm as capable as I am on my last fucking strike in the courtroom. What exactly is this evidence? I think it's the Scarlet Letter. Wait a second, that's for whores. There's a single piece of evidence that can clarify what really happened 10 years ago.
The last will and testament of Lord Clint von Zieks.
Ha! A wonderfully astute observation, I'm sure. But in case it had escaped your notice, that document was lost long ago. That's right, it was. Only, I happen to have it right here. Discovered just moments ago. Congratulations, you've completed. That was the last thing to do. Now just sit back and enjoy. Impossible! That can't be! Everything that's happened comes back to this will. This document. It's the key that'll unlock the entire mystery. Ooh, oh my god, his eyes, they're fucked. Ah! My brother's last will and testament, where did you find that? It was rolled up inside of this. Inside Kuruma? That ultimate weapon Genshin Asogi obtained has lain undisturbed in the hilt of this sword for all of these years. Just waiting for the right time to emerge and reveal the truth.
The signature and the seal certainly look official to me.
My God! It's true. It's my brother's handwriting. There's no mistake.
I forbid the contents of that document from being read out. Do you hear me? I forbid it!
Objection!
I don't think you have that power anymore. You can't do that, my lord. This document could explain everything.
The document could literally destroy the meaning of justice in this country. I demand you hand it to me at once!
Why? What are you trying to hide? Could it be that you already know what's written on this page?
What are you implying? Court is adjourned with immediate effect. Clear the court.
Objection!
I'm so sorry, I can't take you seriously like this, my guy. Big bottom energy. Listen, we can do it after the courthouse. Jesus. Do that, my lord, and you'll suffer a fatal blow as Lord Chief Justice.
I beg your pardon?
Forcibly ending a trial without a good reason, and not any trial, a closed trial by order of Her Majesty the Queen. To defy the monarch's will is treason. Oh, yeah, you're screwed.
Lord Clint Von Zieks really did pen that will!
It's exactly as the young Japanese guy said.
Read it out now! We have a right to hear what's in the will! A right and a duty!
Well, well, my lord. It would rather appear as though proceedings aren't going to go quite as you'd hoped.
You fools! Go ahead, Ryunosuke. The prosecution gives its full support to read. Read! Do the literature! Very well then, I will engage in the literature.
No! For God's sake!
Oh my god, I really want to keep screaming, but I really think I'm like on the verge of getting a noise complaint because he is a loud motherfucker and I live in an apartment with thin walls. I penned this, my last will and testament, in the final moments before my inevitable and willing death. The hour is 11 p.m., and I sit at my writing desk in my office. My good friend Asogi stands at my shoulder. He's expressed his intent to invoke the dying ritual of the duel, that I may depart this world with honor. An honor of which I'm utterly undeserving. The Japanese are truly a merciful people. Oh, look at them. Oh, he looks quite stern, though. I mean, you were such a bad guy. Or, well, let's hear him out. I, Clint Von Zieks, Lord of the Manor of the Von Zieks estate, hereby confess to the following. I am the killer who has come to be known in society as the Professor, guilty of 4 counts of murder. I will not here discourse the corruption rife among the aristocracy, which is to me, as one of them, so apparent. However, 6 months ago, I took the life of a member of the House of Lords at the heart of depravity. A demon who habitually sacrificed the common man to further his own interests, abusing his position of power. The law is impotent against such vile avarice. God. I need to expand my literature.
Avarice.
Avarice. Extreme greed for wealth or material gain.
Avarice.
Avarice. Yeah, no, for sure. Absolutely. That checks. He was a real-life Luigi Mangione. Or wait, no. Luigi Mangione was a real-life Clint Von Zieks. That demon was my quarry, upon whom I willingly set my great hound. But though I am a hunter of some experience, I am a poor felon, it seems. My guilt was at once recognized by another, and I became subject to his extortion. He held over me the threat of exposing my wicked crime to my beloved wife and my brother. Under that threat, I have done this man's bidding for months now, killing those he demanded that I kill. As I watched my former mentor perish before my eyes at the jaws of the hound I commanded, I realized that I had lost the last shred of decency within me and sunk to the level of a wild beast, So he killed one himself, killed one. Lord Strongheart knows, and Lord Strongheart basically blackmailed him to killing 3 more, which brings our victim count to 4, before then he gets killed in his little Japanese duel. There is no path back to the light, be it I or my dear friend Asogi who dies this night. I am extremely damned. To my extortioner, Mel Strongheart, may you feel the jaws of the beast at your throat every time you swallow. Damn, called him out by name. Fuck! You're screwed. Totally screwed. Oh, he's smiling. So now we know. Clint Von Zieks was a murderer. But somebody was directing him and naming his victims. His extortioner, Lord Mel Strongheart. It was you! Yeah, we kind of been knew that.
Lord Strongheart, a moment ago you claimed that what the court has just heard could destroy justice in this country. But you weren't trying to protect justice at all. You were just trying to protect yourself. And conceal the secret of your true nature, the countless lives you've sacrificed up until now.
It just didn't make sense to me that the third victim, the former Lord Chief Justice, was my brother's benefactor and a man of lofty principles. As I said, Clint had no possible reason to kill the man. But you did, didn't you, Lord Strongheart? To eliminate the man who stood between you and the office that you'd set your sights on. So you used your own hunting dog, Lord Clint Von Zieks, to take him down. It had to be done. What? London's unsavory shadows are deep, and the arm of the law fails to reach their depths. Crime must be cut off at the roots, but the Lord Chief Justice at the time couldn't see that. He was weak. Lofty principles, you say? Tantamount to cowardice, if you ask me. Which is why I took his place, in order to fight the crime he was allowing to spread like wildfire. By murdering the man? The Reaper, the Professor, the name makes no difference. As I've explained countless times already, it was all done for the furtherance of law and order in London. Are you going to legitimize the murder of my father now too? Ah, Genshin Asogi. Well, that was unfortunate. I had fully intended to send him back to Japan as we'd agreed. I don't believe you. It was you, wasn't it? You killed him. No. It wasn't me who took your father's life. Then who was it? On the night following his mock execution, I went to Lowgate Cemetery at 3 in the morning with Jigoku. Judge Jigoku? There had to be a collaborator on the Japanese side to manage Asogi's treatment after his after his return. Jigoku had fierce ambition. It made him easy to manipulate. 10 years ago, after he'd stood trial for the destruction of the witness stand, I had words with him. When I told him the position of Minister of Foreign Affairs could be his, he couldn't agree fast enough.
Oh, Cicero, you fool.
As you know, Asogi escaped the prison in a closed casket and was subsequently interred. We intended to dig him out of his grave before he ran out of air. But sadly, all did not go to plan. Ha! Yeah, Drebber was there. There was an unexpected visitor to the cemetery with his own ideas about digging up graves. A man who witnessed what nobody was supposed to see. Enoch Drebber. Of course, I knew grave robbers frequented London cemeteries. But that grave on that particular night... Blast! If the people find out the convict wasn't really executed,
the scandal will rock the very foundations of the Empire.
Then what do we do? Shoot him, Mr. Jigoku. Shoot Asogi at once. He can't live now that this has happened. He has to go.
What are you talking about? You had an agreement. You promised him he could return to Japan.
The situation has changed now. If the truth got out because of this, both of us would be finished. Forever. Do it, Jigoku! Pull the trigger!
Shoots gun. Bam. Ooh woo.
Oh, wait, is it too soon? I didn't do anything! Shh! Shh! It was like a reflex. It's just internet culture has rotted my brain. Jigoku shot Asogi from the shadows. The grave robber was so close, the blood sprayed over his coat. He fled as fast as his legs would carry him. Then Jigoku and I put Asogi's body back in the grave from which he'd just emerged. When I later learnt of the waxwork modeler's presence at the scene as well, I made her swear 2 things. Never to remove the professor's mask, and never to speak of the events of that night. And with that, the secret was buried along with Asogi's corpse. So now you know what really happened in Lowgate Cemetery that night. Why didn't they just shoot Drebber instead? Well, because Drebber... So, the guy that they shot was a guy who was already presumed dead. That would have cleaned up their mess, because people wouldn't have been... Like, people expected the professor to be dead. Enoch Drebber was a person who was very much alive. So, like, they would have had a more messy situation, because then they would have had to also, like, figure out what do we do about this guy who's supposed to be alive and is now dead. And, is he now going to go missing? Are people going to look for him? It would have been a messier situation to take out Enoch. It was Jigoku, your Japanese acquaintance, who killed Asogi in the end, you see. He claimed to be the man's friend, but when push came to shove, he pulled the trigger. Just before Mr. Jigoku left the courtroom earlier, he said that the assassin exchange proposal was a demand from his British counterpart, not a request. So you coerced him, too, using what happened in the graveyard. By that time, Jigoku was the Minister of Foreign Affairs negotiating international treaties with Britain. You can imagine what would have happened if it came to light he'd murdered a compatriot 10 years earlier. He would have lost everything. I merely reminded him of that.
How do you sleep at night?
On the cold side of the pillow. These past 10 years, I've fought tirelessly with the darker recesses of London's criminal underworld. And I've used whatever means necessary to ensure that justice prevails and law and order reign supreme. The end justifies the means!
That couldn't be further from the truth. The fact is, you haven't fought crime at all.
How dare you! I saved Clint von Zieks from dishonor in his death.
Whilst behind the scenes, you systematically buried anyone who stood in your way. And then you made my father take the blame.
It was unavoidable. It was the only way to protect our justice system and public order.
Let's not forget the others you had killed as well. Setting the defendant up as the Reaper to cover up the truth behind the murders of countless more.
That's enough! Do you have any idea of the conniving that led to the acquittals of those wretched criminals? We have to fight fire with fire. Our courts can't function without a Reaper. Can't you see all I've done for this country? This has been my struggle.
Objection.
You've done nothing! It's Lord von Zieks here who worked tirelessly and justicely in court while enduring the disgrace of the Reaper's name.
Wow, is that like your way of apologizing to him?
And Inspector Gregson, fraught with anguish for having sullied his hands through a desire to do the right thing. Not to mention Genshin Asogi, who risked his life going in pursuit of the truth that you tried to hide. No, the darker recesses of London's underworld were largely filled by you.
You little... When will you get it through your thick skulls?
That it was all for Queen and country? I'm tiring of that excuse. You've consistently twisted the truth for bargaining power to make others do your bidding, nothing more. People who willingly twist the truth and coerce others have no right to call themselves part of the judiciary.
You're just a madman who is playing God. I strongly suggest you don't ever talk of justice again. Break down for me, Daddy.
Ah. That was my soft scream because I can't scream too much anymore.
Are we good? All right, throw him in jail. Let's call it a day. Oh, don't tell me he has another round in him. I'll kill myself. You guys said I was done presenting. Oh, okay. Well. Dear me, my good fellows, dear me. A well-deserved round of applause, I think, for quite a marvelous performance. What are you talking about? Those delightfully grave expressions, the beauty pronounced in Queen's English. Really, our friends from the Far East are quite the picture of industriousness. You fraud! Keep your mockery. Please, don't misunderstand. It really is exactly as you both say. What are you trying to say? I've occupied the darker recesses of London's underworld, and, how did you put it? Done nothing? I confess it's a little embarrassing to have pointed it out quite so starkly, but yes, I really have done nothing, which means I can be indicted for nothing. No? No, I don't think that's how that works. I mean, listen, I'm from the United States of America, but I know that, like, if you like hire a hitman or if you blackmail somebody into committing murder on your behalf, you're still guilty even though you weren't the person that actually like stabbed or shot somebody. Like you're guilty for plotting them. Like that's still very much a crime. What? It's true. Personally, I have committed no crime. Well, unless we're postulating that this is like they haven't invented this as a crime yet, but I feel like they would have. I've merely been surrounded by fools who've acted very rashly indeed. You can't get away with that! You've consistently preyed on people's weaknesses! And what? Threatened them? Are you sure it wasn't just bargaining? I would like to address all the good lords, ladies, and gentlemen of the judiciary here present. You all know of these darker recesses in our great capital, and deep down I believe you also know that to fight those who dwell there requires at least some of us to occupy the darkness ourselves. So let me appeal to your good sense now. Consider the situation with me. If this catalog of horrifying revelations were to become common knowledge among the 6 million inhabitants of London, what do you think might happen? To learn that the infamous murderer of royals and nobles was a respected member of the aristocracy himself. That evidence was fabricated in the scapegoat's trial amid secret negotiations with prosecutors to effect a jailbreak. That the Reaper of the Bailey was an organized group of assassins managed by a Scotland Yard inspector. And finally, let's not forget that it was all masterminded by the Lord Chief Justice himself. If the general public of Britain knew the truth, all faith in the police and prosecutor's office would be completely lost without doubt. Public order in the capital would completely break down. We'd be cast back to the lawless days of the last century. Just get yourself a new Lord Chief Justice, my guy. Precisely. As it was 100 years ago when 1 in 10 of the population were criminals. Think what we've accomplished since then. A public policing force, a comprehensive set of laws. And if we want to continue to protect this new era of law and order, I say again, we must at times occupy the darkness ourselves. Oh my god, this is so shockingly relevant to the society that I'm living in currently. I fear we might be swinging the pendulum back into a state of over-policing. Which is crazy because we're coming off of a swing of the pendulum in a state of severe under-policing. It's real hard to find that happy medium. We have successfully identified and apprehended the man responsible for taking Inspector Gregson's life. That is all that was expected of this trial. All these other matters that have been discussed will be eliminated from the minutes of these proceedings in the interests of preserving law and order.
and to protect Her Majesty the Queen, of course. Well, my lords, ladies, and gentlemen, what say you?
Are they gonna go for this?
I mean, he has a point. The things Lord Strongheart has done are quite unforgivable. But on the other hand, isn't it our duty to maintain law and order in the capital? You can't deny that the threat of the Reaper over the years has done wonders for the crime rate. Oh, Francesca, why are we the ones in charge of the British legal system? Well, fair means fair, Frankie. We gotta keep Strongheart in power. Who let the Piantas be the diplomats here? Are you hearing this, Susato-san? This is the will of the British judiciary? For your rousing response, friends, I express my heartfelt gratitude. Therefore, in accordance with the overwhelming wishes of the court, the record shall be erased. You have to respect the man's ability to turn a situation in his favor. Lord Strongheart really is a master of manipulation. You've conclusively proven his guilt, yet he still manages to evade justice. I just don't know what we can do anymore. Ryunosuke. It looks like the trial is really going to come to an end now. I'm almost out of options, I think. There's really only one path left open to me. Oh shit. Well, raise an objection, use evidence, wait and see. Is this where I'm at the end of my rope again? I do remember the last piece of the last piece of advice I got was my little rabbit friend to pull on its ear again. Does that count as using evidence? Can I phone a friend? Can I, like, call Sholmes and be like, hey, Sholmes, I'm really struggling out here. Do you have any more miracles to work for me? If I'm at a dead end, use this. I don't really know how to use it, though. Did I save? I think I saved. I'm gonna try it. No, maybe I should raise an objection. Fuck, I wish I had more than one piece of credibility left. Ah, shit. Use evidence. As I know only too well, the only thing that carries any weight in court is hard evidence. But, Mr. Naruhodo, what evidence is there to use at this stage in the trial? I have an idea. I don't really know if anything's gonna come of it or not, but I have a stuffed animal, and it's the time that I use. I really hope this is right, because this feels really stupid. And so, like, maybe this is really stupid. A little doll. But the doll is a transceiver. So the little doll really means I'm phoning a friend. I'm gonna call Daddy Sholmes and see if Daddy Sholmes can help me.
Take that!
Oh my god, yes! Mr. Sholmes said Mr. Sholmes asked if you had that with you earlier. We've exposed all of Lord Strongheart's wrongdoings now. I've no doubt that Mr. Sholmes had already deduced exactly how this would all unfurl. So I think it must be time for the great detective to take the center stage, don't you think? Yes, absolutely. Let's take the hair by the ears then, and heave. Okay, here goes. Heave! Oh, how, my dear fellows! Must I remind you every time? A gentle tug will suffice. Mr. Sholmes! You are looking in quite the wrong direction, Mr. Naruhodo, because I'm over here. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, he's... Wait, what the fuck? Oh my god, is he a hologram? It's Mr. Sholmes! No way they've invented this technology already. Oh my god, look at the way his cakes move, though. I'm suddenly attracted to him? I guess I kinda was the whole time. Fuck.
I wasn't expecting you back, Sholmes.
Delighted to be here again, Lord Strongheart. What is the meaning of this? Bailiff, seize him. Put that man in irons. This is a closed court. You've been warned once already.
What the? I can't get a hold of him, my lord. We just go right through him.
I'm afraid your efforts are wasted. Look at him dancing around like a clown. You see?
The great detective you see before you is composed entirely of light and shadow. An image, if you will. Oh, Jesus Christ! Mr. Naruhodo, I must congratulate you on your fine deductions. Mr. Sholmes, what on earth is... Are you familiar, I wonder, with the invention known as the telephone? Well, yeah. I hear that some public telephones have been installed recently in Tokyo. The sound of the speaker's voice is converted to an electrical signal and transmitted instantly to another place. I have to find it funny that they literally... Who is Susato-san in this game? She is literally Google. Like... And this is not a Susato-san hate. I love this woman to death, by the way. She is my best friend. But they just turned her into the character who will know every single thing about any single thing that the plot needs a character to know. Like, they didn't even diversify it across a cast of characters. It's just like, she is the expert on everything. She is Google. Susato-san is ChatGPT. Quite! Sounds are transmitted. So could not images keep them company, I understand. Iris and I did some modest experimentation to develop such a device specifically for this very day. Modest experimentation? Mr. Sholmes? What a modest description. And, somewhat incidentally, I thought we might just as well transmit an entire scene. Somewhat incidentally? Mr. Sholmes, now you're just being immodest.
Do you mean to say you're not actually here, Sholmes?
Ah, I knew my trusty partner would have no trouble grasping the concept. Except he's grasping the stand to steady himself after your shock arrival. Poor father. I would have hoped he might have been forewarned, being the great detective's great partner.
Leave my courtroom at once. Get out or I swear to you.
Damn me. You, on the other hand, Lord Strongheart, appear to have a very poor grasp of the situation. Allow me to reiterate, I'm not here. Which would, I hope, lead naturally to one asking, where exactly are you? The very question that I was awaiting. I'm at present enjoying the air in a rather splendid garden. A garden? Well, not just any garden, you understand. A garden at Buckingham Palace. Oh no. Oh no! Oh shit! The rabbit ears, it's a two-way we fucking recorded this. Or not, we didn't record it, we transmitted it. We for sure transmitted everything that just happened in this trial. Oh, oh, you're fucked, my guy. You can't be. Buckingham Palace? What's Buckingham Palace, Miss Susato? I've never heard of it. See, he knows that Susato-san's the Google. You know that she's gonna know the answer. Do you ever read, Mr. Naruhodo? Mr. Sholmes? Is Iris with you there? Ha! Well now, Iris is currently enjoying some tea. With Her Majesty. Her Majesty? Well, not just any Her Majesty, you understand. Her Majesty the Queen of the British Empire. What? What? What is all of this about? Buckingham Palace? That's Her Majesty the Queen's residence in London, Mr. Naruhodo.
Order in the court. I demand immediate silence.
Her Majesty the Queen? You can't be. I mean, no.
This is some sort of unforgivable, distasteful trickery by a third-rate detective, that's all.
Unforgivably distasteful trickery? What an apt description. A closed court session attended by elite members of the judiciary is a rare event. I presumed that Her Majesty would be more than a little curious about the proceedings. So I decided to show her. Everything. From start to finish.
Wait, what?
You showed her? Indeed, I showed her. By dint of Hairlock Sholmes' remote video camera. You meddling. This is some kind of a nightmare. Just as I appear to be standing before you, regaling you with my talk of the latest invention. No doubt you've inferred that the reverse is also true. You don't mean... Her Her Majesty has seen and heard every moment of the proceedings. I assumed there would be no objection after all. Every trial in this country is conducted under the auspices of Her Majesty, as you know. You... I confess, I am quite impatient to hear Her Majesty's opinion about that unforgivably distasteful trickery in which you've been engaged with over the past 10 years.
No! I was merely...
Oh! So sorry to keep you waiting. Vicky and I had so much to talk about.
Queen Victoria?
Iris, you're there. In fact, I have a little message here from Her Majesty.
A message?
Guess that means they couldn't make a character model of the Queen, but that's fine. Well then, if everyone is sitting comfortably, ahem. Forthwith, and with immediate effect, all authority previously afforded to Mel Strongheart is hereby revoked forevermore. Furthermore, he will be prosecuted for crimes against his country in a public trial by jury in the coming days. So, it seems that Her Majesty doesn't believe we need to fight fire with fire. Justice in this country needn't be administered from the shadows at all. Mel Strongheart, the darkness you fostered to conceal your despicable actions these last 10 years is a thing of the past now. After today, your brand of law and order has no future, because no longer are you the Lord Chief Justice. In the eyes of the law and of Her Majesty the Queen, you're nothing. Nothing but a criminal. Alright, give it a rest, bub. You're done.
Adjourned! Adjourned! Court is adjourned!
You have no power, my sweet man. Oh, and you broke your unicorn. Oh my god! Jesus! Oh, what a sad crash out. Alright, it's been a hot time. Am I getting paid overtime for this? I'm gonna have to stream for a whole nother hour because of you. Taking so long. Oh, is that gonna fall on? Oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh! Whoa. Can you guys see that on my face? That was bright. Oh, your pretty blouse. It's all fucking dusty and Christy now. Lord Clint von Zeeks left a will in which he confessed to everything. When those words came out of Asogi's mouth, it deranged me completely. I knew I must do anything and everything in my power to contain the situation. But I couldn't find the damned document. I searched his cell, but it wasn't there. Which precipitated the jailbreak plot, I presume? What do you mean? The need to obtain that will was all-consuming. I was sure that if I facilitated Asogi's escape, he would emerge with the will somewhere on his person. But despite searching his limp body in the cemetery that night, it still eluded me. It's never even crossed my mind that it was concealed in the sword's hilt. Well, you done got. You were tricked. Alright, let's call it a wrap. I gotta go and have family time. What pains me now is that my brother left this world without a word to me. I'm really sorry, Lord von Zeeks.
In point of fact, I think perhaps that isn't the case.
What? How can that be?
There is more to his last will and testament.
What?
Yeah, I just didn't read it before.
As I confront the prospect of my demise, I feel bitter regret for my younger brother. Barak, you've always looked up to me, and now you follow in my footsteps to become a prosecutor. It is my fervent wish that my unspeakable deeds should not hinder your advancement. I ask not for understanding, for none could understand my depravity. I ask only for forgiveness. Oi.
Asogi is a fine detective, and a hunter worthy of respect. He has agreed to honor my final 2 wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper. I have confessed my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Clint von Zeeks.
Do you need a hug? Clint. Or a drink? I know you really like wine. Male Strongheart. You colluded with Shishiro Jigoku in a criminal plot so immense it spans the oceans. And you cold-heartedly murdered all those who knew the truth about what happened 10 years ago. But why did you set about that now, a whole decade later? To ascend to the very peak. What? These last 10 years made me realize being the Lord Chief Justice wasn't enough. Short of becoming Her Majesty's Attorney General. You wanted to be the next Pam Bondi? I could have no real power to affect the changes needed in this country. And for that promotion, I needed to ensure no remnants of the past remained. How could you? I like everything to run smoothly, in the exact manner that I prescribe, like a well-oiled machine. Yeah, you like to play God. That's this guy's problem. You only can see things from your perspective. It's your way or the highway, and you're willing to kill people who get in your way. Christ! And I was just one step away. And for your ambition to succeed, did you even bother to count the number of brilliant people you had killed? Ah, Mr. Reaper, are you not forgetting something? Such as? You have very much adopted your usual prosecutor-like demeanor in the proceedings now. But the reality of the situation is that you are the defendant in this trial. However, the presiding judge would appear to have fallen from the bench, as it were. Literally. May I suggest, therefore, that we entrust the final adjudication to an old friend? Oh my god, it's my Santa judge! My lord!
Oh, well, it's good to be back. As a member of the judiciary, I've been following the proceedings from my gallery. And I must say, I shan't ever forget the extraordinary battle between good and evil that I just witnessed here today.
I feel like your robe didn't match up there.
The darkness that has blighted justice in our land these past 10 years has at last been dispelled. Thanks in no small part to the efforts of a bright young star from the east. Defense Counsel Naruhodo.
Yes, my lord?
On behalf of everyone here present in the Old Bailey, I give you my heartfelt thanks.
You're too kind, my lord. The first time I faced you in court, just under a year ago now, I had the faintest of what was that word? The faintest of intimations that if British justice so warped and twisted over its long history was finally to know change, this might just be the man to do it. Really? Because it felt like you just called me Nipponese scum like 37 times. But at the time, I wouldn't allow myself to acknowledge the possibility. I couldn't overcome my hatred of the Japanese after the circumstances of my brother's death. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me to apologize for countless discourtesies on my part. You are a lawyer of boundless talent. I forgive you. Thank you so much.
Ah, Lord Van Zeeks!
Huh. When I first arrived in Great Britain, I was literally a nobody. Certainly not a lawyer. The truth is, my fortunes have been entirely made by the miraculous people that I've met. My boyfriend, Kazuma Asogi, who led me here to Britain in the first place. My loyal and ever-patient judicial assistant, Miss Susato, who helped me study to become a lawyer. The brilliant Lord Von Zeeks, who never failed to challenge his Nipponese rival. And, not to mention, the exceptional master of logic and reasoning, who did in fact show me the true art of deduction. Let's give it up for Mr. Sholmes. Saving the best for last, Mr. Naruhodo. What a relief. I'm well aware that without all of these people's help and support, I wouldn't be where I am today. The truth is a guiding light that always leads to happiness. I've lived by that principle for a long time now, but actually, it's not true. What? The truth can also cause great pain. Sometimes, even leave people on the brink of despair. And for that reason, there are those who feel the need to hide the truth, who do it instinctively even. But as soon as we allow our eyes to settle on something other than the truth, the darkness takes hold. And from there it grows until eventually, it makes us blind to the guiding light of the truth altogether. So that's why it's my belief that we must all resolve to never avert our eyes from what is just and true. Yeah! Fuck yeah! So that we can continue to walk the straight and narrow path ahead. Aww. Do you guys remember when I played the first game and I hated all of these people? I couldn't fucking stand them. That probably turned off a lot of people who tried to watch that Let's Play that are really big fans of these characters. But I can say now, at the end of our journey, I kind of have grown to love all of these fuckers that I used to hate. Well, I must excuse myself now. But before I go, Mr. Naruhodo, let me compliment you on your grand opus. What? Without your beautifully composed case against Lord Strongheart, Her Majesty would have been unable to act. Thanks to you and your fellows, the haunting undertones corrupting Britain's justice system have been silenced. Yeah, thank you very much. I'll be seeing you tonight, Kazuma. We have a lot of catching up to do. So, until our paths cross again somewhere. Even Gina? Well, not necessarily her. I mean, she's fine. Here's what I'll say about Gina. Some people are really big fans of Gina. I've gotten comments from, like, people who really love Gina who actually really, really hate me because they think I shit on Gina way too much. I do apologize. I definitely have shat on her too much. She's fine. She's definitely not my favorite, but let's be fair, she's no fucking Jinxie. Anybody who is a Jinxie fan, they are people who rightfully hate me because that is the bitch who I never want to see. We don't even talk about her anymore. Well then, it would appear that this long trial has finally come to an end. My apologies for any anxiety caused, my lord. I'm quite sure we shall meet again here in the courtroom before long, Prosecutor Barak von Zeeks. In conclusion of these proceedings, I hereby declare the defendant, Barak von Zeeks, not guilty! Hell yeah! Oh my god, it took so long. Whoo! We got our not guilty, boys. Alright, can I go home now? That is all. Court is adjourned. I wasn't an Old Bag fan. Okay, well now, see, now the shoe's on the other foot, and now I get it. I fucking love Wendy Old Bag to death. November 4th, 4:21 p.m., the Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. It really is all over now. But did I sacrifice too much?
Mr. Naruhodo, I really must congratulate you. It was a truly splendid performance. Honestly, I couldn't be happier for you.
Oh, thank you very much. But I really couldn't have done it without you at my side through it all, Miss Susato.
Oh!
It really was a very splendid show, that, Naruhodo. I'd have thought you'd be smiling from ear to ear, but to be honest, you look rather glum.
Well, of course I'm delighted about the verdict, but in exposing the truth, I'm sort of afraid that I caused my client a great deal of pain, and I kinda love him now. A toad in this game would be called guilty. Haha. I'm really not sure that's what a lawyer ought to be doing.
Oh well, in that case, I'm quite certain that when you see Lord Von Zeke's smiling face, everything will seem much better.
There it is! Turn that frown upside down, mister. You're not guilty! Mr. Sato, everything seems a lot worse. He has a face like thunder.
Oh dear. I really shouldn't have presumed.
Mr. Naruhodo. Yeah? Yes? Almost a year it's been now since I first encountered you here in this very courthouse. For you to have risen to the level of excellence you demonstrated today, well, it's quite remarkable. But I exposed the most unpalatable truth you could ever have imagined in court today. I feel as though I robbed you of something that you held so dear. What was it he said? To fight those who dwell in the darkness requires at least some of us to occupy the darkness ourselves. But that was just a feeble excuse of a coward. Only those with a steadfast eye for the truth have what it takes to fight the dark forces of crime. You made fine work of establishing that fact in court today. Oh, well, thank you. Well, thank you.
What what magnanimous words! I'm quite sure that Kazuma-sama would have a smile on his face at this very moment if he were here.
Damn it, Susato-san! That means he's gonna frown! Yeah, saw that joke coming. Mr. Sato, there's another face like thunder here.
Jesus Christ, well why the fuck is nobody happy? We won, didn't we?
Lord Von Zeeks, allow me to congratulate you on your acquittal. Congratulate me, or curse me. You failed to bring down the Reaper. I owe you an apology. No, it was I who should apologize. You guys should both apologize to each other, and you should both kiss in front of me. I might be a cuck. Your father, Genshin, if I had been stronger, then perhaps... I made an unforgivable error of judgment, and I can offer no excuse. And I can offer forgiveness. That said, I suppose you fought for justice and the truth. For that, at least, I can withhold respect. Your words mean more to me than you could know. I will hold them dear.
Kazuma-sama!
I must say, there's one thing that's still bothering me. Yeah, what's that? The will that Lord Clint Von Zeeks wrote before his duel with my father. Yeah, what about it? Asogi is a fine detective, and a hunter worthy of respect. Yeah. He's agreed to honor my final two wishes. The first is that this document survives. The second, I cannot commit to paper. No, wait. Something else that's unresolved. Something else that we've thought about a lot, but I've always let go a lot. That's still there's something that we haven't resolved yet. Something that was like kind of important, or it seems. Wait. Okay, continue. I've confessed my sins to my wife. Oh no! Oh no!
think his sins to his wife were the sins of murder. Or wait, maybe I'm misreading this. No, I think I'm reading this exactly. I think I misread it before. I think we're supposed to read this in a different context right now. I've confessed my sins to my wife. May she find resolution in my death. Oh. With my eternal gratitude to my Japanese friend, I rest my quill. Clint von Zieks. Iris! You adorable little bastard child! What can the second of his final wishes have been? That your father agreed to honor, you mean? I think perhaps... Oh, you know.
I might be able to shed some light on that.
What?
Father!
It was 10 years ago, as you know. The day before, the execution was scheduled. I went to the prison to say my farewells to Genshin. Why aren't you putting up more of a fight, Genshin? If you'd only agree to it, Seshiro and I would gladly petition the government.
We've been through this already. You don't need to worry about me. Anyway, Yunjin, I have a favor to ask you. Something of great importance.
You're one of my greatest friends, Genshin. Whatever it is, consider it done.
I'm going to tell you an address. I need you to go there at once, in secret, and tell no one. You should find a lady of the gentry in hiding there.
A lady of the gentry?
She's not in a good way, and she's with child. The birth is imminent. As a medical man, I'd like you to attend to her. Please. You are her only hope.
By any chance, is the, child yours, Genshin?
Don't be daft. It's a favor that was asked of me by a man that I knew, as his dying wish.
Oh my goodness!
I swore to the man that I would help, that I would do whatever I could for his wife and his unborn child. But if something should happen to me, I need to ask you that same favor. You're the only person— Oh, okay. So wait. I got it and I didn't get it. I thought he cheated on his wife and he knocked up somebody else. He did get his wife pregnant. So holy shit, Von Zieks, Clint Von Zieks, that means that Barrack is her uncle? Uncle Barry? Uncle Barry! But, okay, I thought there was an affair that had happened. I thought that was, like, alluding to, like, oh, I cheated on my wife. So, wait. Did we ever, like, we spent so much time worrying about Iris's dad. Did we never, like, think about Iris's mom? I'm so confused. So Iris's mom was just Clint Von Zieks' wife.
If something should happen to you, tomorrow night you're going to be,
Well, you never know, though, do you? What life will bring. Unfortunately for you, it brought death.
Alright then, tell me the address. I'll head there at once with Shishiro and...
No, not with him.
Pardon?
This is a favor I'm asking of you, and only of you, Yujin.
Right, I see. Very well then. That very night, I caught a train from Paddington to Dartmoor in Devon. I found the old house in the middle of nowhere. It was... an old hunting hound lay asleep in the grounds.
You don't look very pregnant, if I'm being totally... No, she's a skinny legend. I guess that... no, actually, I guess there is a little bit of a baby bump. Skinny queen.
The poor woman was on the floor at the back of a darkened room. She was in mortal danger. I broke her waters to precipitate the labor before she weakened further, but it was the
Oh, she's also, like, deeply malnourished. Okay, maybe I shouldn't be making fun of her.
I did everything humanely possible for her and her child. And in the end, I was lucky enough to welcome a new life into the world.
Iris, I apologize for excitedly calling you a bastard child. It seems you're not a bastard. But wouldn't that have been fun?
But tragically, my efforts to save the mother's life were in vain. I held the healthy newborn girl in my arms and wept for longer than I care to remember. Eventually, in something of a daze, I looked around the room. There was precious little in it, but an old travel trunk caught my eye. It had clearly been well looked after over the years, made of top quality leather with fine stitching. But it was when I saw the emblem on the side of it that everything dropped into place.
That's the Barrack von Zeke's emblem. Those Barracks. Oh, Baskerville, that's what I meant. My bad. B for Baskerville.
Baskerville!
You mean the woman was the wife of Lord Clint von Zeeks?
That's right. The newborn was his daughter.
But that doesn't make any sense. Why on earth wouldn't Clint have entrusted the child to my care in that case? I was completely unaware that he even had a daughter. I suppose he didn't really have any choice. What? Well, your brother said that he'd confessed everything to his wife. So she must have been beside herself with worry for her child. If the true identity of the professor were ever to be made public, the girl would be forever branded as the daughter of the infamous mass murderer. So the only solution was to distance the young girl from the Von Zeeks family as much as possible. I don't believe it.
I imagine that in his final hour, Lord Clint von Zeeks made the obvious choice. He would have thought to himself, this Japanese man here is someone I can trust.
The Hound of the Baskerville.
I honored my promise to Genshin, of course. However, only a month later, I was summoned back to Japan. And without disclosing the parentage of the child, I couldn't obtain permission to take her with me.
Oh, how awful!
I was completely at a loss. In the end, I had to ask my great friend. I asked him if he would be a father to her.
And that's how she was given to Sholmes. That be Mr. Sholmes, I presume.
Yes. He took one look into my eyes and agreed to it on the spot.
Aw, Mr. Sholmes. Such a good dad.
Really, all that can be said that I did for the child was to give her a name.
Oh.
When I'd come to Britain, I was trying to escape from the grief of losing my darling wife. So it was her name that I gave the little girl.
Your wife's name? Professor Mitochondria. In other words...
The name of my mother. Ayami Mikatoba. Oh!
Oh?
That's right, Ayami. Or in English, Iris.
Iris.
I had no idea.
Ouch!
Mr. Naruhodo, what's wrong?
This little thing just pinched me behind through my trouser pocket. Oh, was Iris listening to everything? Ah, my dear fellows, can you hear me? Mr. Sholmes, is that you? Ouch! Yeah, I can hear you. Do you see what excessive triggering can do, Mr. Naruhodo? Let that be a lesson to you. I like that he's getting him back with it.
Mr. Sholmes, we weren't able to thank you properly before, but you were simply marvelous. Your checkmate move was a stroke of genius.
Indeed it was, wasn't it? I surpassed myself, I feel. It had become apparent to me that to stop the Lord Chief Justice the Lord Chief Injustice would require such measures.
Bruno! Susie!
Iris!
Oh, I'm so pleased! What a wonderful outcome! Her Majesty Queen Vicky said she thought my special blend was delicious.
Oh, well, that's great. Yeah, I'm sure she did. After all, no one can brew more delicious tea than this little girl.
Let's have a party to celebrate. And Mr. Reaper, you have to come too!
What? I'm afraid I couldn't. The Reaper of the Bailey flustered by a 10-year-old girl? Again?
No, really? Fuck. I mean, poop.
But I give you my word that I shall present myself at your residence in the near future to express my gratitude.
Oh, how lovely. You've promised now, and I'm not gonna let you forget. Bye for now, then, Uncle Barry.
All right, Iris, thank you for all your help earlier.
Oh, that was nothing. Just come back home soon.
Ouch. One final goodbye pinch, was it? Oh, look at my boyfriend smiling. Well, I think I ought to be leaving. Lord Von Zeeks, would you care to accompany me? Wait, no. We're all supposed to be together. Listen, I know I said I was a cuck a couple of minutes ago, but you guys aren't supposed to go and hook up and leave me behind. What? No. Certainly. No! Wait, boys, gentlemen. Mr. Naruhodo, allow me to once again express my deep gratitude for you. I believe you saved my life. Yeah, and now he's gonna go fuck my boyfriend. Goddamn shit. Alright. Wait! Lord Von Zeeks! Don't do this! Yes? I want to join. What are you intending to do now? With my boyfriend? Well, clearly, I shall have to resign from the prosecutor's office.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
I intend to publicize the full truth about the professor case. Once that's done, the Von Zeeks family will be ostracized completely from London society.
Surely that's not the case.
So as soon as I am free from my employment, I shall leave the capital. Oh. Gosh, I see. Don't be a fool. Are those the actions of a man once feared as the mighty Reaper of the Bailey? I beg your pardon. For the past 10 years, you've endured the pseudonym and been cast as one of the dark forces yourself. And you were doing just fine. Now that you've finally been freed from that disrepute, your battle is only just beginning, surely. Look at Kazuma's arms! God! Well, I certainly never expected to hear those words from your lips. I waited a very long time to come to London. Now I'm properly here. I intend to learn all that I can. Anyway, goodbye for now, Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Kazuma Asogi. Seems as though he's really matured suddenly.
He's not the only one who matured, Mr. Naruhodo.
Huh?
Well, I think we should make our way back to Baker Street. We must help Iris with tonight's dinner.
Oh my god, do I have to sit through a whole entire dinner? Is this why it takes hours and hours and hours before the game? It was then that I came to an important decision about my future. That's right, Ryunosuke had to make his own decision because he was asked to do stuff. November 4th, 6:25 p.m., Sholmes' Suite. I'm home. Ugh, fuck my life. Ugh. God, I thought I wasn't gonna have to see her again.
About time you got here. We've been waiting ages, Otto.
What are you doing here with that colorful piece of history?
It's a party, isn't it? I've got to go off with a bang. I mean, fireworks ideally. But when you ain't got fire, smoke's the next best thing, ain't it?
There's a girl on Fresno Street who could help you with that, I think.
Right. I'll remember that.
You don't have to reload, please. Let's leave it alone. You really must hear this. It's the most extraordinary thing. I assure you it will defy your expectations. Take down every detail now, Mikotoba. Ah, the world-famous great detective, regaling his partner with the tale of his adventures. A sight to behold. Would you care to hazard a guess? Where do you suppose the fiendish runway had concealed himself? Would you believe? Inside the trunk I found abandoned in his cabin. He was there. Oh my god. It's fine. It's fine. I say, Mikotoba. I detect not a hint of surprise.
I wonder why that is, Sholmes.
What? You were there? Then why the deuce didn't you say so before? Is this him trying to teach us how to become detectives again? It's hard not to feel privileged to see it. Hi, Mr. Sholmes. Hi, Professor Mitochondria. I'm finally back from the Bailey. And not a moment too soon. A feast prepared by Iris and Miss Susato awaits.
I must say, I haven't seen Susato looking so happy in a very long time.
Bruno! There you are! Dinner is on the table, everyone. Please, do come and take a seat.
Time to fill my boots. Christ.
Goodness! Is that really true, Gina?
Yup. I'm losing me copper's clobber and going back to what I know best. It's a diver's life for me. Great. Sounds about right for you.
You're really leaving the police force? But why?
Well, the boss ain't around no more, so...
Oh.
And anyway, no matter how hard I try, that Reaper ain't never gonna accept a driver turned chick, is he? A what turned what?
Well, people can change, you know.
Oh, yes. That reminds me. I rather thoughtfully offered to relieve the bailiff of this now defunct piece of evidence. Oh! It's the inspector's pocket watch, and the crown has been reattached.
That watch was his pride and joy, a symbol of his great achievements at Scotland Yard. For 10 years without fail, it measured every second of the man's remarkable career.
But now, it's stopped.
Someone needs to keep the memory of Inspector Gregson's career alive by taking on the great responsibility of winding that watch every single day again.
Yes, someone with an equally fierce detective spirit.
Well, it's gotta be me then! Can't be no one else! Great, Gina, stay employed.
Quite right.
I mean, after all, the boss was... Well, he was my boss!
That's right, Ginny, he was.
Yeah, stay employed. Oh yeah, I made you a promise and all, didn't I, Iris? That I'd become a proper detective one day and track down your old man. Oh yeah, about that, you're gonna have to... Well, how do you feel about going to the afterlife, Gina? Alright, it's decided, I'll do it. I'll find your dad and bring him back kicking and screaming. Right. I'm not entirely sure that would be appropriate. Yeah, I think, Gina, it might be best to just let this one sit.
I think I'd like for you to forget that promise, Ginny.
Oh? Iris?
Well, obviously I've always wondered about who my real daddy is. Of course I have. I wanted to know where I've come from. I thought it might tell me something about myself. But I've caused such a lot of trouble trying to find out for so many people. Hurley, Runo, Professor Mickey.
Oh no, not at all, my dear. Really, you owe me no apologies.
Well, anyway, I decided to give up on it. Because I finally realized my daddy is the greatest in the world.
Oh, it's gonna be Sholmes.
I don't think it matters what his name is or where he's from. Don't you agree?
Oh,
Hurley?
you're her dad. The real, the one. With every word, Iris.
Thank you, Hurley. Thank you, Daddy.
Fuck, I hated these people. I wasn't invested at all. I think, Mikotoba.
Yes, Sholmes.
I think I ought to express my gratitude to you.
Oh,
For 6 years, you and I solved many a mystery together. And during that time, I remember countless expressions of gratitude for our good services. But a moment ago, I heard the most pleasing expression of gratitude of them all, and I should never have experienced it, were it not for you.
Oh, you old softy, Shorms. But I must confess, it's a weight off my mind to hear you say it.
Well then, I think this calls for a lengthy violin recital, wouldn't you say?
Oh, well, I do think the food would go cold. That's the only problem. Maybe next week you can play the violin, Hurley.
Are you sure a week is long enough, Iris? Ha 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 ha! Oh, this boy. Even amidst the most troubling of cases, even reeling from the most shocking of revelations, returning in the evening to this suite of rooms, there's always warmth and happiness to be had. The home of the world's greatest detective, and my home too, with my greatest family. Alright. We've almost made it to the end of the night. We might be going to bed soon. November 4th, 9:37 p.m., Naruhodo's Legal Consultancy. This attic room has been my home and office for almost a year now. I've certainly had some unforgettable experiences whilst I've lived here. But I think now, the time has come. Time to bid this place farewell. He's gonna go.
Naruhodo.
Oh,
How do you like the impression of my daughter?
wow, it was really spot on, Professor.
Are you alone? I didn't hear any sound from Susato's room.
Yeah, Susato-san went out after dinner. She took a carriage. Something about an important matter that she needed to take care of. Fuck, that means we're gonna have to check in with her too, I bet.
Oh, I see. I wanted to thank you for what you did earlier.
Oh?
With Iris, I mean. When the subject of her father came up.
Lord Clint von Zeeks.
I made up in my mind many years ago to never tell her who her real father was. It's what was agreed to with Genshin, after all.
Lord Clint von Zeeks' final wishes before he died, you mean?
Yes. I've had to take some rather drastic steps at times to protect that secret, you know? Calling Susato back to Japan 6 months ago, for example.
That's why you did that?
When I read Saseki-san's report about his final days in London, my heart nearly stopped. You'd stumbled across the crux of that terrible case. The dog's collar. The description of the Baskerville insignia left me in no doubt.
Baskerville.
If you'd decided to investigate that insignia, sooner or later you'd have made the connection to Von Zeeks. And to make matters worse, Susato knew of the unpublished story as well. The story that Iris had written based on my notes from the time.
Oh yeah, the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Exactly. It was a work of fiction, but based on the grim reality of a huge beast of a dog being used as a murder weapon. A dog with the Baskerville family emblem around its neck.
You didn't think to change the name for your fictional story?
Armed with those two clues, I feared you and Susato might arrive at the truth. So I invented that story about having a collapse to justify her leaving London and returning to Japan at once. All in aid of halting my investigations you and she might have been contemplating.
I see. Something I've never understood is why Susato-san came across that manuscript in Japan, though. You know, Iris's The Hound of the Baskerville story, I mean.
Sholmes sent it to me. That was before Susato left Japan. He was very troubled about what should be done about it, you see. I'd read it and carelessly left it on my desk, which is where Susato came across it, of course.
Oh.
It was the only case Sholmes and I ever pursued that I didn't record in meticulous detail. I was stunned when I discovered that the young Iris had pieced together so much of it from my paltry notes. Sholmes and I discussed the matter and decided that we couldn't allow the story's publication. At that point, I returned the manuscript by post to Sholmes for safekeeping.
So you did all that to stop Iris from finding the truth about her father.
That's right, because Sholmes had told me how astute she'd become. However, having witnessed events in court today, I must say my opinion has somewhat shifted.
Oh?
I think at some point in the future, the time will come for her to know. And when it does, well, I believe it will be for the best.
Yeah, probably. She's a sharp kid. She can handle it. Actually, Professor, I wanted to talk to you about something too.
Well, judging from that expression, I'd say you've come to a decision, have you?
I have, actually. I will be returning with you to Japan.
Are you quite sure?
I am. I'm really only here as a substitute for Kazuma. But he's here in Britain now, as originally intended. Locum student Naruhodo doesn't really have a right to stay, I don't think.
I see.
Looking back now, when I first arrived here in February, my becoming a lawyer just seems to be the way things turned out. With Kazuma, Susato-san, and Mr. Sholmes all gently pushing me in that direction. I spent the best part of a year immersed in this world, but always aware of a seed of doubt inside of me. Until today. Standing in that courtroom earlier, all doubts vanished from my mind. I was totally focused. I was sure of my belief in my client, and I was sure that I could see the trial through. And at the end of it, I finally realized no one else chose this path for me. I chose it for myself. And I have to reproduce and have a bunch of babies that'll have babies that'll have babies that'll have babies that'll give birth to Phoenix Wright.
The path of a defense lawyer, eh?
Yes, that's what I am now. And that's what I'll be going back with you to Japan as. And that's the path that I'll be following for the rest of my life.
Well, it sounds like you've made quite a resolution there.
I have, actually.
Very well then. I must say it's extremely welcome news. I shall make arrangements for your return first thing tomorrow.
But I don't... Oh, sorry, I missed that line. What was it? But I don't imagine we'll depart for a few days. Now with the symposium having been canceled for now, such a shame. Oh my god, I hope we are not... Please tell me we don't have to go through a few days of endless dialogue with characters. I do love you guys, as I've said, but not this much. My god.
Well then, I bid you a good night.
Yeah, good night. Let me go the fuck to sleep, please. Oh, Susato-san. Alright, Susato-san, I'm ready for bed. Let's make this quick. Susato-san, my best friend.
I just wanted to let you know that I'm back.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. Did you, hear what your father and I were talking about?
I'm sorry. I did, yes. I couldn't help but eavesdrop.
How much did you hear?
Well, from the part about Iris's real father, I think.
In other words, from the beginning.
Yeah. So you've made up your mind. You'll return to Japan and continue working as a defense lawyer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I really should have consulted you about it. I didn't want to, I did want to earlier in the evening, but you had already gone out, you see, and...
Oh no, that's quite all right. I already knew that's what you'd decide, Mr. Naruhodo-san.
You knew? Bestie? Susato-san?
Oh! Yes?
I suppose this means we're gonna be saying farewell soon. God damn it! Can't I just keep my friends?
I suppose it does.
You know, you're gonna be a great help to Kazuma going forward. You were a literal walking encyclopedia. I mean, I know that he's brilliant and all, but let's face it, nobody compares to you. And he's new to the British courts. He'll certainly benefit greatly having a brilliant judicial assistant at his side.
I'll do my very best.
I wish I could say it, but I just can't. I want to ask her to come back with me. She's my assistant. She's mine. She belongs to me. But also, I want Kazuma to come back. I want the three of us to be together. Me and my boyfriend Kazuma, and then our friend that's a girl.
It's growing late. We should both try to get some sleep. I'm sure you must be exhausted after today.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right.
Before I retire, let me just say one more time. You really were quite splendid in court today. So if you ask me, anyone who thinks of you as a substitute or a locum should be ashamed of themselves.
Susato-san? Thank you. That's my girl, boys. She's my girl. All right, I have to stay in Britain, I guess, actually. Naruhodo, you gotta change. Oh, here we are, though, at the boat. I don't know. Are we actually gonna go? Or, like, these are my best friends. My best friend Susato-san and my boyfriend Kazuma. I gotta stay with them. That's what makes your life whole and complete. And I need my hole filled. It's November 7th, 5:42 a.m. at the port of Dover. I can't believe this day's finally come.
You're really leaving then, Bruno?
I'm afraid I am, Iris. But thank you for everything. I don't know what I'll do without your wonderful cooking and your delicious teas.
Oh, I wish you weren't going. But you have to come back and visit. Say you will.
Of course, I promise I will. Yeah, but visiting's quite a task in this era.
Well, it was a very brief reunion, but it was a pleasure to pursue a case with you again after so long. For a while, at least, it felt like the old times.
Yes, I suppose on reflection, there's something to be said for it. Having a little fun once in a while.
I'll just go and say goodbye to the professor as well, I think.
Okay, Iris, you go ahead and you go do that. I got a boat to catch. Yep. Oh, Susato, hi.
Susato-san.
Oh my god. That's how I'm supposed to be saying it? Fuck!
I've just checked, Naruhodo-san. Your luggage is already on board. Such a beautiful morning. Perfect for embarking on a journey, isn't it?
Damn, they talk so
Before
much
I
more
set off,
elegant than me.
I'd just like to say how thankful I am for everything you've done for me.
I am.
And give my warmest regards to Kazuma, please.
Actually, I think you ought to give him your regards in person, don't you?
Sorry?
Ryunosuke.
There he is!
Kazuma! What are you doing here?
He's your boyfriend. Did you think he wouldn't come and say goodbye to you?
Do you really think I'd miss my best friend's departure?
Boyfriend, but yes.
Thanks. To be honest, I'd been looking forward to our wild time tearing up the streets of Her Majesty's capital. But,
We can still make it happen. There's still time.
Well, we'll have to save that for another time.
There's still time to make it
Personally,
happen.
I'm looking forward to facing you in court again.
Now.
me
Soon.
too. But, we're both defense lawyers, so,
I'm going to become a prosecutor.
There it is! Oh, I knew it! Oh my god, guys, this is like the Legend of Zelda. Oh my god. They're like how Link, Zelda, and Ganondorf are destined to be reincarnated over and over and over again. Kazuma's gotta be like the great fucking ancestor of fucking Miles Edgeworth. They're just destined to become defense and prosecutors that have sexual tension and fall in love over and over again through all of time. And it's not incestuous because it's gay. And it keeps repeating over and over. Yes. This is my headcanon, by the way.
I'll stay in Lord Van Zeek's tutelage for the time being, but before long,
Yeah, right. You were all up in his fucking tutelage last night.
I intend to be just as formidable as the Reaper himself.
Oh, I see.
That means you have to stay here and you have to fight with him. That's the rules.
Actually, Ryunosuke,
You're bound by the Triforce.
I have a favor to ask.
Ask him to stay!
Name it.
Yeah!
I'd like you to take care of this for me for a while.
Oh. I mean, fine. Yeah, I'll take your fucking sword. I thought you were gonna ask me to stay, but that's fine. It's not like I had
I've seen
bigger
it now.
expectations.
I've seen what's inside me, the demon that reared its ugly head that day. It was only for the briefest of moments. The last time I came face to face with that inspector, but it was unmistakable. I wanted to...
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off there.
I've always known there are demons that live inside people. And now I know there is one in me. The fact that it very nearly consumed me is something I'll carry with me until the end of my days. While I devote my life to fighting those whose demons have got the better of them. As a prosecutor,
So, that's what you've resolved to do, is it?
I understand.
until I'm ready to face the demon within me, to slay it once and for all.
He's
leave this
very
in your
melodramatic,
care,
but look at those eyes.
if you'll take it.
Yeah, I will always take your sword. Don't have to ask me twice.
Of course I will.
Of
Keep
course
it
I
by
will.
my side. Oh,
Always. Sorry, cut him off again.
until we meet again, then. You have your path to follow, and I have mine.
Damn straight!
Naruhodo-san?
Yes, Susato-san?
The path you're going to follow from now on. I wonder if I might follow it at your side, and unless I'd be a burden.
She's gonna come with me. Okay, you know what? I'll take the win I can get. I'm losing my boyfriend, but she wants to come with me back to Japan? Oh my god, she's Princess Zelda. It is the Triforce. She's gonna become reincarnated into fucking Maya Fey. Well, that's the whole Fey clan from the... Are you Kuryanese? Is that in Japan? What?
I mean, I would very much like you to come with me.
Absolutely, yes.
But aren't you...
You're so predictable, Ryunosuke.
I am?
Honestly, you never change at all. But that's what I like about you.
Damn, yeah.
You mean you knew about this?
It was the evening after Lord Van Zeek's trial came to an end. She came to see me at the prosecutor's office.
That was the important thing she had to do.
Really? Oh, when I had that conversation with Professor Mikotoba.
Mikotaba. Damn, even when I was saying it right, I was saying it
You
wrong.
go with Ryunosuke back to Japan.
Look at his
Yes.
ass. Sorry,
I know
I'm
it's
so
unfair
gross.
of me to
Jesus.
follow my own interests like this.
Coming here especially to tell me. You're a stickler for etiquette, aren't you?
Yeah, she is.
Well,
That's why I
what are
love
his
her.
feelings?
We've never discussed it, of course, and Naruhodo-san has made no such suggestion. I worry that perhaps I'd be a burden to him.
He's just as much of a stickler for etiquette as you are. He'd never say anything before he was asked.
Yeah, that's true. Susato-san, you wear the pants
But
in
I
our
feel
relationship.
happy
You need to
knowing
make
you
the
were with
first
him.
move.
Look out for him on my behalf, will you?
Of course.
Susato-san.
What do you think, Naruhodo-san?
I think we're gonna kill some criminals. I mean, convict some
No
criminals.
trial would seem too daunting. So if you're willing, I'd be honored if you'd come with me. Together we can take on the world.
Hell yeah, we can.
I'm terribly incompetent, but if you'll have me, I'd be delighted.
Okay, but like, girl, that doesn't even make any sense. You literally know every single fact about everything under the sun. You're just my chat GPT. Not just. You're so much more than that to me.
If anyone's terribly incompetent, it's me.
Yeah. As my chat will never let me forget.
What's wrong? Your luggage, Susato-san. There's no time. The ship's going to set sail any minute now.
It's alright. There's no need to worry. As it happens, my luggage is already on board too.
See, she's so sly. She just strokes my ego. She knew that I was gonna need her she knows that I flounder and can't do anything without her. She knows that there's no ifs, ands, or buts. She's just trying to pretend. She's being humble.
Your fine judicial assistant has everything in hand as always, I see.
Yeah.
Bruno, your ship's about to leave.
There's Iris.
Time to go then.
Time to
Look
go.
after yourself, Ryunosuke.
I will. Oh, let's just look into each other's eyes.
Sword.
Oh, right here, out in the open, in front of Susato-san? Is this gay porn? Look at these men!
When our paths cross, once more, we'll fight a duel of words across the courtroom. A day I eagerly await as a lawyer.
I've been waiting to hear you say that, partner.
I'm in love.
Don't forget me then, Kazuma.
As if I could,
No.
Ryunosuke.
We could never forget each other.
And Mr. Sholmes, thank you so much. I'm very much indebted to you.
Damn, I am.
Indeed, Mr. Naruhodo. I believe you are.
I'll never forget all you've done for me during my time in London.
Quite. I should like to think you will remember your debt of gratitude.
I will.
Especially when I visit you in your country.
I expect you'll make me pay for everything.
The truth is, although many are ignorant of the fact, the world is far smaller than most folk realize.
Oh, wait till you see everybody driving around on planes. I mean flying.
Well, I'd be delighted.
Does
if
make
you
the
came
world
to
feel
Japan
quite
one
small.
day.
Oh yes, would welcome you with open arms, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, that sounds wonderful! I can't wait!
All right.
In that case, let us conclude that this is to be merely a brief parting, my
Yep.
dear fellows.
For it to be a parting, though, you have to let me go. Is the boat going?
And that brings us to the end of my adventures in Great Britain.
Aww. Oh, look at Iris.
A peculiar twist of fate brought me halfway around the world those many months ago. But that was just the start of my journey. Who knows where fate will lead me next?
Who knows indeed.
Still, I'm confident this won't be my last meeting with the friends I've made in London. And when we're together again, no doubt the first words I'll hear will be,
Come, the game is afoot.
What?
The ship, with our friends from the east, sailed steadily towards the distant horizon.
That's it. All right.
But
Close
Sholmes'
us
face
out.
was alight with joy. The times may change, but a steadfast friendship will remain true, we'll see. We have but to gently close our eyes, and we are with our companions once more.
This is so poetic. But damn, you guys are right. This does take a long time to get through. Beautiful game.
And when I do, I can hear
Try to make it more
familiar
concise.
voice ring out.
Uh-huh.
Objection!
Oh, that's a sick shot. Oh, I love that.
Until we meet again, Bruno.
The Great Ace Attorney! I've been playing this game forever. Oh, it's almost like a little bit bittersweet that now it's gonna be a thing of the past. There's our director. Any more credits? I've been thoroughly inundated with inquiries about my remote video camera. But I'm no purveyor of electrical goods. Anyway, I've decided an absence from London is in order. A sojourn in distant climes. Listen, I've been reading for 2 fucking hours. I'm a little bit tapped out. I do love this, but can we popcorn read? Can it be somebody else's turn to read? I gave a little note to Hurley the other day. It just said, "Thank you for everything, Daddy." Oh, but it made Hurley cry. Gave him some lotion I'd invented as well to dye his hair red safely. Daddy. But he said that might make him cry. Congratulations to you guys. Thank you for sticking around on this long journey. And it has been a long journey indeed. In those days when I was known as the Reaper, I felt your presence at my side, brother. Once unable to bear the burden of that grim pseudonym, I even retired from the courtroom. Despite everything, I still wear your prosecutor's badge with pride. But the darkness that once beset me is no more, as you too are no more. In the words of a young foreign friend of mine, I must stride forward toward a brighter future. Oh, everybody looks so good. Oh, okay. Fucking Gina. Jesus fucking Christ. The boss have to know for me, and I can read every letter A to Z now. I'm fucking literate as shit now, dog. Yeah, look at my little dog, Toto. And that's exactly what me and Chief Inspector Tobias are gonna keep looking for Londoners here for. Alright, Gina, good to see you. Look forward to seeing Bug Fables, but I understand if you want to play Zero Escape first. Yeah, I was hoping to finish this today because Zero Escape, I need to play a spooky game for Spooktober. And it's about time I make that happen. Gina, the truth is, I'm not the upstanding man that you might think. You might be a diver at heart, but it's a good heart. You reminded me that I need to be true to myself. Damn, beautiful words. I've got one more job to take care of before it's ta-ta to London for now for the foreseeable future. I'm so sorry, though. I'm going to die. Look at that smug fucking pose he's got going on. Yes, yes, yes. These are all the important characters. Do we have to also go through all of the unimportant characters? Oh my god.
Excellency!
Oh my god. Oh, look at all those cats.
Objection! Overstatement! Overruled! Who is this caddish counsel for the defense and this woman?
Oh, really? My friend Susato-san is in the British courtroom all the time and she's doing a wonderful job. Perhaps I should have engaged the services of a regular legal team. No, they look like they're perfect. Oh, Tito TJ, Amanon, Imanin, Fiction of Grandeur, Toby Onatabe, hello. Tim W, Maxwell, Fiction of Grandeur. Thank you all for being here. Mama, is it true about Japanese people? Do they all have small No. Yes, of course. Fish corpses on the whole. What? I'd like to hone my filleting skills. You don't mind, do you, Mama? Yes, I do. I'm not a corpse yet, am I? No. Yeah, I actually liked the character of Rei a lot, too. I was kind of hoping that she would be in more of the game than she was. She seems like a fun time. And she's in love with Susato-san. So I fully support it. Well, here I am again in Great Britain, on the invitation of my... Okay, well, fuck off. Yeah. I was so excited I picked the splendid hotel, and now I can't afford the bill. Oh, Barak, come to rescue me again, please. I'm just your twink, your little nerdy twink. I need to be taken care of. Yeah. Madam Tuspels, of course we gotta catch up with you. When I went to make the waxwork impression of the killer in the cemetery, I realized what had happened. But even in the witness stand of the highest court in the land, I could never speak of it. The Lord Chief Justice and I had struck a bargain, you see. For a faithful reproduction of the visage, there is nothing we Tuspels would not do. So you're also kind of complicit in the underhandings of everything that you did. That doesn't make me think very highly of you. I find that to be quite disrespectful. Alright, and the gossip guy, yeah. Peppino! Alright, they're in jail. It's great. Oh my god, 3 men in a jail cell together? Oh, Daly! How charming! You've made lots of new friends here, I see. Yeah, but you don't realize that he's, like, getting DP'd in the bottom bunk every night. Good God. Surely there's only a few more characters left, right? Ah! Well, this one's important. When I was accepted on the foreign study tour, I knew exactly what path I had to take, and however it might have ended, I knew that I wanted you there to see it. If I'd ended up in the dock, there's no one I would have rather had defending me. Aww. But now, thanks to you, there's a new path I want to take. I'm sure we'll meet again in the courtroom, my friend. Until then, I leave Kuruma in your care.
I've made some tea, Naruhodo-san. It's important that you rest whilst you can. Once we arrive in Japan, you shall be busy establishing your new office. I'm so delighted to be accompanying you. After all, your talents have been recognized by a great detective. Because you really are the greatest of lawyers. A great ace attorney, some might say.
Yes. I'm a great ace attorney and I'm exhausted. Oh, look at the phone. Oh, fuck, that's beautiful. There's got to be like official artwork of that, right? Wow. It's my team. I do love them. They exhaust the ever-living fuck out of me, but I do love them. Oh, look at my stature. Oh, do we get to watch all of them walk? They put in some budget for walking animations. Susato-san dressed as a man. Very nice, very nice. Alright, I think we've hit the official end credits. Oh my god, remember how much I loved the fucking news reporter, man? It's been an evening. I have loved that you guys have hung out this long this whole time. Reminder, I have a Discord. It's attached below. It should be. There should be a link to it. Check it out. I will be uploading some of the things that I made at my beginning of stream announcement again in there. So that is a place where you can keep up to date on any updates I'll have with that. That'll be the case. I will continue to let these credits play because I think they're beautiful and these people who worked on this deserve credit. But then I'm going to take my leave. I will let you guys chill out in the chat, enjoy the beautiful walking animations, and I'll see you guys next week where we'll hopefully start a spooky game. Thank you so much for doing the great Ace Attorney with me, boys. All right? Fuck. Oh, and if you could leave a like on the stream, the engagement is also super helpful. Thank you for chilling with me. Until next time, boys. Toodles, signing off.